Exercise 1103 is about the line of best fit. Now, a line of best fit is what we call a regression line, which is just a line that we draw through the data as close to the middle of it as we possibly can. And we can use that line to interpolate or extrapolate other possible results. So interpolation is looking inside the range of the data set. Extrapolation is looking outside the range of the original data set. So if your original data set went up to, say, 10 seconds, then interpolation would be finding anything from 0 to 10 seconds using your model. Extrapolation would be when you go past 10 seconds and estimate what the result might be if you went for a longer amount of time. So here's an example where we are looking at time. We've got time and distance in meters. Now, I have drawn the line simply by getting up my ruler. I've got about 12 points, so I've put about 6 points on each side of the line and just moved it around a bit so it looked like it was a really good fit. So that's just estimating a line of best fit by eye. We're going to use the model to estimate the distance after 5 seconds, which would be interpolation, and after 20 seconds, which would be extrapolation. So the first thing we need to do is find the equation of the line. So there's a point right here on the line, that's around about 4,115, and there's another point up here on the line which is at 10 and 185. We can't just read the y-intercept off because look at these y-axis numbers. And the x-axis doesn't have to go from 0 to 10 as well. So I wouldn't just rely on reading it off. Use your 2 points. So find the gradient of the line. So y2 minus y1. Oops, sorry. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And that equals 35 on 3. And then we just use our y minus y1 equals mx minus x1 with either point. I'm going to use the point with the smaller numbers. I find that's much easier. So y minus 115 equals 35 on 3 x minus 4. Now we could put this into gradient intercept form or general form. I might do general form, so I'm going to multiply by the 3. So 3y minus 345 equals 35x minus 35 times 4, 140. I'm going to move everything to the right. So 35x minus 3y. What's negative 140? Negative 140 plus 345, 205 of course, so plus 205 equals 0. That's the equation of the line. Now we need to use that, so we're going to interpolate. Now when we do our interpolation, our x here, that was our time. I really should have used t and d. It may also be easier if it was in this form here to put these numbers back in. So I might just rewrite this as 35 on 3 t minus 4 plus 115 to interpolate and extrapolate. So let's interpolate where t equals 5. So distance when t equals 5 is 35 on 3 times 5 minus 4. That's a nice one. Plus 115. So 35 on 3 plus 115. And that distance is 126 2/3 meters. Now you should see that one on the line. If we go up from 5, that makes sense that it's about 126 2/3 meters. And then they asked for distance after 20 seconds, so d after 20, same thing, 35 on 3, so that's extrapolating 20 minus 4 plus 115. They could also ask you to find the time it takes to go a particular distance, which they haven't done here, plus 115. So that equals 301 2/3 meters.